Hi, I'm Willie de Klerk and this is my introduction video. Jumping straight into my education, in 2021 I finished grade 12 and in 2023 I started studying for my IT diploma in network design and administration, and I will be finishing in 2025. And jumping to certifications, in 2023, I obtained my JNCIA Juno certification from Juniper Networks. And in 2025, I received certifications for firewall basics from Cloud Group. Topics included network isolation, bandwidth allocation, and safe browsing. For work integrated learning, which is workplace experience, in 2024, I demonstrated skills such as visualizing diagnostic path-based information with regards to packet hops and identifying infrastructure along the path. And I also demonstrated a fundamental understanding of overlay technologies such as GRE, OPSEC, and MPLS. I also implemented OpenWRT as an NFV on a SD-WAN edge node. In 2025, I implemented network security with pfSense firewalls. I performed microserver configuration and deployment. Operating systems included TrueNAS, and I also implemented container management with Portainer's Business Edition. I implemented Microsoft Entra ID app registration, and I worked with the Microsoft Azure platform. In 2024, I had a project of implementing OSPF authentication. The implementation of authentication in OSPF helps us to mitigate security risk related to the OSPF routing protocol. An attacker can make use of OSPF packets to gain unauthorized access to a network if the packets are not protected by the correct implementation of authentication. We demonstrated how to secure OSPF packets with authentication on Cisco systems devices. In 2025, I had a project on databases where I designed, deployed, and managed a sales performance report for a fictional company using SQL Server reporting services. I also had a project on Linux configuration management with Ansible. It was a group project where we implemented agentless configuration management of Linux VMs on Hyper-V through Ansible. Automated sections included the non-session persistent load balancing via Linux firewalls, management of MariaDB as the backend, and management of WordPress as the front end. Additionally, we implemented Cloudflare Zero Trust tunnels and Microsoft Entra ID, Azure Active Directory. This allowed presentation viewers to access a live demonstration. The business benefit of automation, it reduces human error and it allows for administration at a large scale. And I also had a project on monitoring Linux systems where I used Microsoft Teams and webhooks. In this example, I monitored the status of a Linode cloud compute instance in the Netherlands regarding its operational status, whether it's powering on or shutting down. And I implemented Linux firewalls and a fully recursive DNS service. So using Unbound, and I implemented firewall configuration for IPv4 and IPv6 using IP tables, only allowing access to the DNS server to company clients. What are my hobbies? Hobbies, speed cubing. It's been a while since I've competed, but for the longest time, this has been my favorite hobby. Yeah. And my other hobby is ice skating. I like to go ice skating whenever I get the opportunity to do so. Why choose me? I learned through practical implementations. I can work around project constraints, and I believe in scaling a workload horizontally instead of vertically. I'm not a fan of the red team, but the blue team. Feel free to contact me, Willie at williedeklerk.com. Thanks for watching.